Welcome to Craft and Knickknacks. So today I want to share with you my stamping 101. So you can see here on some different stamps, and let's go over them. Let me set them aside first. Okay, so first things first. So stamping has been around for a while now, and is actually one of the first things that we've done before stickers. There is stamping. I've been stamping. The human race has been stamping for years and years and years. So everyone must be familiar with the regular stamps, which are the wooden rubber stamps. So these are rubber stamps that are mounted on wood, and usually you can find these, especially the cheap ones, on neighborhood corners, and you can have it customized. Just bring a drawing of what you want and they will make one for you. So this is the most common one. They are wood-mounted rubber stamps. So another would be still rubber stamps, but they are glass mounted. I really love this. I bought this I think 3 years ago from National Bookstore, and I really love the design. The design is pretty common. I've seen some of these that are mounted on plastic. I think it looks like fake wood. The handles look like fake wood, but the designs are the same. So I actually have those already, but when I saw these in National Bookstore, I just had to get them because they're so pretty. So I have several of them. So again, these are still rubber stamps mounted on glass, which is really nice. Okay, and then next is I have this stamps. These are also rubber stamps, but they are mounted on a foam block. And I got these. It's a set from Papa Milroti. It's a set of flowers. I have a few. I put them in this tin can, but they're there. So what I really like about rubber stamps is that the details are really, really nice. Like, you get really, really rich details. Okay, so that's that. And then the other kind of rubber stamp is this one. These are cling stamps, rubber cling stamps. Let's get one. So you'll notice that there's no mount, so it's kind of hard to stamp. So you will need acrylic blocks for this kinds of stamps, and this side is a bit smooth, that when you put it on an acrylic block, it will stick there and you can use it. So acrylic blocks are actually, you don't have to stick it in an acrylic block. You can stick it on anything that's sturdy and smooth, and plastic. Most of the time plastic. Like, for example, I use this pen case. You can stick it there and it won't fall off. So anything that's a smooth surface that the stamp could cling on would work. It's nice. The benefit of having clear acrylic blocks is that you can see where the stamp is going, and you will notice this problem, especially for cheap rubber stamps, is that when you stamp it, you don't know where the actual image is gonna land. So at least here, it's cut precisely to match the stamped image, or the stamp rather. So when you stamp it, you can see where it goes. An even better way of stamping is using clear stamps, where you can actually see where the lines are going. Because here, this is opaque, so even if you have an idea, you're just basing off from the drawing here. But for clear stamps like this, you really see the lines. where it's going. So when you lay it down, you can see the lines, you can see the ink touch paper, you can see where it's going, and you can actually go over it, go over and over. So those are the kinds of stamps that at least I have. So I'm sure there are a lot more stamps out there, a lot more variety. Now when it comes to clear stamps, there are still two types. This is one, photopolymer, which is the really good quality stamps, but they are expensive. So this set is around 790 pesos, I think. It's expensive, but it's really good quality. There are generic ones, like the Rosies, for example, which are clear stamps too, but they are using acrylic instead of photopolymer, so they don't stick as much or as well as these stick, and the quality is not that good when you stamp it, because these tend to be really smooth. Although there are some acrylic clear stamps that have really good stamping quality. I think Technique Tuesday is acrylic. I don't think this is photopolymer. I could be wrong. Oh, it is photopolymer. Never mind. But there are some that I think aren't photopolymer, but they're really good quality. So it depends. It depends on whether you got a good batch or not. Usually these ones are manufactured in China, so they're not really, the quality isn't really nice. Okay, so usually stamps are introduced to kids at a young age, and you get the self-inking ones and just tap them there. And then one thing that we've been doing or being taught to kids is that you get your stamp and you dab it on the ink, right? You dab it like that, dab it, and then stamp, which is good. But the thing is, sometimes you don't know if you've inked everything, and sometimes when you want a really perfectly inked image, it's a little difficult, especially when you have a big block. Get a big block, rather big ink pad. Usually the ink pads are this big, especially the generic ones from National Bookstore. So usually we do that, and then go like that. So sometimes you get really solid color and then blurred ones. So actually a good way of inking stamps would be the other way around. You lay your stamp there, get your ink pad, and dab the ink so you can see where the ink is going. And then that way, if you've missed a spot, you can easily see where it is, and you don't have to flip the stamp over and over. There. So when I stamp it, there. So it's more even out. Okay, let me cover this. And so that's how you stamp. And then ideally you should clean your stamp. Where's my stamp cleaner? You should clean your stamp after using. I use this stamp cleaner that I made. I'm also selling this in my Facebook page if you're interested. I'll link it below. But so it's a good practice to clean your stamps for next use. Although usually most ink won't transfer again, especially with clear stamps, because these tend to stain. The inks tend to stain, and when they dry, they don't usually blend. But it's still good so that you don't gunk. It's still good to clean so you don't gunk up your stamps. Okay, so let's try it with this one. It's just different. because my black is almost run out. So let's choose a different color so it's more vibrant. So you see me here using my ink pad, tapping until I get to color everything. So I see everything. Everything has ink. I lay it down. Push. So I get my image nice and crisp and well balanced. And clean it. If you're really OC, you can clean it until you get the original non-ink color, or you can just swipe it and be done with it. Okay, I need to clean my cloth. It's transferring the more color anyway. So that's that. And then now let's try with clear stamp. So again, put my image down there, get my ink pad and tap it gently to transfer ink. Doing multiple taps. So I do, because if you press hard, you'll press down a lot of ink. So what you want to do is tap lightly till you get ink on everything. There. Now let's try with a cheap one. It's from Rosie's. Lay down some ink. So I have that there. There. So this stamp is actually pretty good. There are some rosies that are hit and miss, like you don't really get good quality, or they fall off your acrylic block. They're not that adhesive. There are some acrylic stamps that are really bad, like they bubble. I don't know if I fix this. Let me try and show you one. I fixed this already, that's why. But you'll see, the first time you lay down ink, it kind of pulls. It forms bubbles. Given how small this one is, you would assume that you'll get a really nice quality when the first time you lay down your ink pad. But what happens is it bubbles, so you have to put a lot in order to get a solid black. Then you get bubbly. Although this used to be worse, I just fixed it to make the ink stick better. I'll make a different tutorial on how to make it better once I find a stamp that needs fixing, because I think I've fixed most of mine. So there. So that's Stamping 101. Let me know in the comments below if you have questions. If you enjoyed this video or you learned something from this video, please click like and hit subscribe to get more tutorials and more reviews on planner keys. So thank you for watching. Bye!